Hey you guys, what's going on? Soseztheleadr talking. Just wanted to regale everybody on the social media with my new excerpt reading. The excerpt readings will come from this book. It's called The Swan Princess's Wedding. In case you didn't know, it focuses on a certain character I've always adored. Let's read. Okay, this is the conversation between Havaria and her brothers and mother and Princess Swan as they're going to Havaria to greet King Goldmire. Let's read. Havaria Winchester looked out the window of the horse-drawn coach in which she rode with her adoptive sister and apprentice, Princess Swan, her brothers Nathaniel and Remington, and her mother Marissa. They were on their way to Havaria so King Goldmire could have a chance to meet Havaria's biological family. Well, we're back, Havaria reported to the others. Welcome home, Havaria, Swan said with a smile. It's hard to believe it's been a year and a half since I left here, Havaria remarked. It's like a dream to be back. It's hard to call this place a home anymore since I left in King Goldmire's and Aurum's Paul Graces. Just remember, Havaria, you wanted King Goldmire to meet us, Marissa reminded her. So you need to put the past behind you. Yeah, I mean, King Goldmire can't be as bad as you said, sister, Nathaniel added. He could have forgotten about you moving out. He doesn't forget anything anymore, Havaria told him. He remembers who left him since the day he was born. Was he really as pompous as you said? Remington asked. He was worse. One time I went to visit him after I got settled in Melania. I was with him a week, let alone 12 years, and he was intent on ignoring me. Maybe he just needed to get used to the fact that you were gone, Nathaniel proposed. Havaria shook her head. He'll never change. I thought I was doing something wrong, something only he knew. I tried to read his mind, but he blocked me from his thoughts. Havaria's ability to read minds was what led her to discover that Aurum wanted to marry Luan for all the wrong reasons, and that was the reason Luan was now Havaria's adoptive sister and apprentice. Hey, you guys, Luan suddenly called. Castle Havaria is just beyond this bridge. Havaria sighed. Well, here goes nothing, she thought. I just hope Goldmire can take the fact that I've moved on. Well, as you can see, Havaria's been having a bit of some problems with dealing with King Goldmire's intentional ignorance of her, and she was wondering why he was ignoring her. Let's continue. Okay, this is the scene where Marissa, where the Council of Five is getting ready, preparing for Odette and Norman's wedding, and Marissa has just finished the invitation. Ditto Master. Now they're going to find out what's going on with Odette. Let's read. Marissa put the last dab of ink on her invitation Ditto Master and fanned the card vigorously to dry it. She held it up for her sons to see. Well, boys, what do you think? She asked. Nathaniel read the card to himself. Princess Odette and Prince Aurum cordially invite you to their marriage of the millennium. Place, Castle Havaria. Date, Saturday, August 17th. Time, 2 p.m. Don't miss this most spectacular event in the history of Havaria. Looks pretty good, said Remington. Definitely, added Nathaniel. Then he sighed. What is it, Nathaniel? Marissa asked. It's just... Nathaniel hesitated. I can't get over Aurum falling in love with Odette. I mean, she is a princess, but I saw her one time coming out of a stove shop of all places. She's been through a lot, Marissa reminded him. You know that. But how come I haven't seen her in anything but a village's dress? Nathaniel asked. If she's a princess, why doesn't she dress like one? Marissa sighed. Can I tell you a secret? Nathaniel's eyes narrowed. Mother, do you know something? Yeah, what's the deal with Odette? Remington added. You'd better sit down, both of you, Marissa said. It could take a while to explain this. The boys sat with their mother on the sofa and she began to explain. The truth is, Odette's not as young as you think she is. In fact, she's old enough to be an ancestor of yours. Nathaniel chuckled uneasily. I'm sorry, Mother, I must have had something stuck in my ears. I thought you said ancestor! Marissa repeated emphatically. How... Remington furrowed his brow. How old is Odette? He demanded. Marissa sighed. Over 1,000 years old. 1,000? At the mention of that, Remington leaped off the sofa as if it were on fire. 1,000? He cried. 1,000 years old? Nathaniel repeated incredulously. But you look so... Remington's voice trailed off. So young? Marissa said with a smile. That's what happens when you're put in suspended animation. Remington fell back on the sofa. Suspended animation? He repeated. Odette was put in suspended animation? For 1,000 years, Marissa confirmed. And she's called a princess because she was proclaimed a princess in the Enchanted Forest. The only pitch is she's a princess in name only. In name only? Remington repeated. What do you mean, in name only? Nathaniel asked. Marissa sighed. Odette is really a commoner, a normal villager who used to be a baker's daughter, she told them. That's why you never see her in anything made for a princess. She doesn't feel like a princess, so she doesn't dress like a commoner instead. Has Odette told Aurum and his father this? Nathaniel asked. Aurum, yes, Marissa replied. He's the reincarnation of her beloved. His father, not as such. I was afraid of that. Nathaniel muttered. Mother! The girl's voice suddenly called as a knock came from the door. Are you home? That's Havaria, Marissa realized. Better let her in. She rose from the sofa, went to the front door, and opened it for her daughter. So as you can see, Odette was put in suspended animation. If you want to find out what's going on with Odette in her history, read Luan and Havaria in Swan Lake. It's available on Amazon, and as is this book I'm reading. Let's continue. Okay, this is the scene with Odette after she has gotten her makeover at Mount Millennium Mall, and she's about to meet King Goldmire in her new look. Let's read. Odette stood in the throne room with the Council of Five, dressed in the magenta gown she had picked out. It accented the touch of makeup on her cheeks as well as her lip gloss. Do you think they'll be impressed? Odette asked, worried. I think they'll be very impressed, Luan replied. Odette felt her heart fluttering around in her chest, but Havaria took her hand and nodded, signifying that she had to do this, because she wanted Aurum to be happy. Goldmire was the first to enter the room. His eyes widened as he eyed Odette. Odette? He wondered, as if he couldn't believe his eyes. Odette nodded. It's me. She walked toward the king and was reformed in 4 long strides. She twirled the shawl off the full effect of her transformation and said, "Well, what do you think?" "Beautiful," Magoldmeyer murmured. "Just beautiful." "So you think it's suitable?" Odette asked hesitantly. "More so," said the king. "And speaking of suitable," he turned toward the entryway and called, "Aurum, come here, please." At those words, Aurum stepped into the throne room, and everyone drew in a breath when he revealed his tuxedo. "Wow," Odette breathed. "Aurum, you look great." Aurum arched an eyebrow. "You think so?" "I do," Odette answered with a nod. "Excuse me, my dears, I have already set up a luncheon to commemorate Aurum and Odette's wedding. Havaria, would you and your family care to join us?" Havaria smiled. "I'd be delighted." "Not me," said Swan. "There's still a matter of the wedding cake and the dress for Odette." Nathaniel eyed his brother. "And Remington and I need to help Mother prepare for the music for the ceremony and the reception." Havaria sighed. "I guess it's just the 4 of us then." "It's best if we just have the Webb family here anyway," Aurum said. "After all, Havaria did help Odette and me get together." "I agree," said Odette. "This will be the perfect way for Havaria to bury the hatchet with her foster father." Havaria smiled as she shared a hug with her. So as you can see, Odette has had a makeover complete with a dress fit for a princess or a royal, and now she's going to be having a luncheon with her future father-in-law. So I hope you enjoyed this excerpt reading installment. If you want, all my books are available on Amazon. If you want to check out my author page, follow the links in the description. Also, be sure to like, comment, and share this video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I hope to have more excerpt readings in the future. This is Soseztheleadr signing off. Peace out.